Hola, estudiantes! Saber y conocer. Two verbs that mean to know. Let's figure out the difference. Okay, so you already know the present tense forms of these verbs. I hope, saber and conocer. They're both irregular in the yo form. We'll take a look at those in a few moments. They both follow the pattern of the regular ER verbs in the present tense, but they each have their irregular yo form. Saber is se, conocer is conozco, and there's an accent on the E in se. You'll see that in a moment. Saber means to know facts and information. You can also use saber with the infinitive of another verb to say that you know how to do something. So, for example, yo sé esquiar. I know how to ski. So it's saber conjugated, then the infinitive, and nothing goes between them, so you don't have to add in any fancy words for how or to. So take a look at these examples on the slide. ¿Sabes si tenemos tarea para mañana? Do you know if we have homework tomorrow? So that's asking, do you know that information? ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? Do you know who the leader of the band is? Again, more information. And then the last one, sé jugar al ajedrez. So that's what I was talking about before, saying how to do something. Saber conjugated plus the infinitive, nothing fancy in between.
Now we have the conjugations for ser. The yo form is the only irregular that we have here. Yo sé, I know. Make sure you guys put the accent on there because it changes the meaning of the word. Tú sabes. Él, ella, usted sabe. He, she, or they.
You formal.
You formal. Know. Nosotros o nosotros sabemos. We know. Vosotros o vosotros are sabéis. Or ustedes, ellos o ellas, they saben, no. They know.
And one thing is, this is not on that sheet that you have of all the conjugations. The two verbs are both there, but they're under the irregular yo section because if you notice, everything is regular about this verb except for the yo form. So you only have to know that that yo form is irregular.
You know, Melissa, I think it's not a bad idea. I think they should probably write these conjugations down because we will be having a quiz on saber y conocer, and I would like them to know the conjugations.
Very good point. So not on that sheet because it's not on the grid that we gave you at the beginning, but write these down somewhere just so you know for the quiz in a few days. So we have our first example of saber. Ejemplo número uno. ¿Sabe Brittany hacer gimnasia? Well, it sure looks like it. Sí, sabe hacer gimnasia. Señorita Davidoff, ¿tú sabes hacer gimnasia?
No sé hacer gimnasia.
Ni yo tampoco.
I would get hurt, for sure.
Me too.
Okay, saber, ejemplo número dos. Él sabe el número de teléfono de la chica bonita? Does he know the pretty girl's phone number? Sí, sabe el número de teléfono de Hannah. Yes,
Sí.
he knows her phone number.
Please do not call this number. It is not a real number.
Now we have conocer. Conocer means to know a person or to be familiar with a place or thing. So the examples that we have here are, ¿Conoces al profesor de esta clase? Do you know the professor of this class? This is more of a personal knowing, not know who teaches it, but do you actually know them? No lo conozco. I don't know him. ¿Conoces al club atlético de la calle 8? Do you know the athletic club on 8th Street? This is actually, have you been there? Do you know it? Are you familiar? Not do you know it as a person because it's a place. So
or
it's
do you
being
know where
familiar.
it is? Yeah, that would be saber. And here's the conjugations for the verb conocer. And once again, we believe you should write this down. We are having a quiz. We have the irregular yo form, yo conozco a tu mamá. I know your mom. Tú conoces, usted, él, ella conoce, nosotros conocemos, vosotros conocéis, and ustedes, ellos, ellas conocen. So once again, notice that all of the forms are regular except for the yo form.
Okay, kids. So the personal this is really important. You heard Miss Duplichin in her example. She kept putting in front of people. So kids, when the direct object in a sentence is a person, we put the word in front of it. So we'll use the personal when you use conocer to say you know a person. Guillermo conoce a mi primo Tomás. Conoces al chico En la clase, do you know the boy in the class? In that example, maybe you heard al. A plus L equals al, and we've talked about that before.
Let's get a few examples of conocer. Conocer, ejemplo número 1. ¿Conoce Vince a la chica nueva? Sí, Vince conoce a Brittany. They seem like they're very good friends.
Yeah, and did you notice the personal a in there?
Yes. Conoce a la chica nueva and conoce a Brittany. Both times she is referred to as a person.
Now we have our second example. ¿Conoce nuestra escuela? Do you know our school? Sí, Austin y Dylan conocen Monarch.
They're familiar with Monarch.
And there's no personal a in there, kids. Monarch High School is not human.
Kind of. Yeah, you're right. It's not human. Oh, time for your favorite part. Here we have some practica. You're going to text the answers to the following 4 questions to your teacher's Google Voice number. Remember, putting this on paper and turning it in is always okay. Sending us an email is also okay, as long as you are showing us that you watched the video, you are answering the questions. The numbers are listed below. Please make sure you email your teacher, and that you also make sure you use the same phone number as normal so that they know who you are. Okay, practica. Time to practice. Now's the time where we want you to pause, go through, and see if you can figure out if these answers are going to be saber or conocer, and conjugate them correctly. Okay, welcome back. Going through our answers. Emma, who's the girl up in the corner playing basketball. Emma sabe jugar al basquetbol. Emma knows how to play basketball. And remember, like Miss Davidoff explained, we have sabe followed by the infinitive of a verb, nothing fancy, means she knows how to. En tacos también. Wow, she can even play in high heels.
Oh, excelente. I thought you were talking about food.
No.
Always thinking about food. Caramba. Okay, número 2. Emma conoce a Sam. So Emma knows Sam. We use conocer when we talk about knowing people. And notice that personal I just love it so much.
Me too, it's fancy.
Can't stop talking about it.
The next example, we have Amy conoce Japón. Don't be confused. The boy's name is not Japón because you did not see a personal a. This is actually a picture from when Amy traveled to Japan to play soccer, which is why we have that she is now familiar with Japan. Oh, I'd like to travel to Japan.
Amy es muy deportista, ¿no?
Sí, muy deportista.
Mari, the girl in the bottom corner, sabe el nombre de
Greer.
Greer. She knows Greer's name. So this is information. She actually knows what his name is. We're not talking about her knowing him personally, but she knows her name. Se llama Greer.
So that's the one key you have to look for is, does she know the person or does she know a fact about the person? And we're going to end with a kind of cute little comic this time. Just, you can read that aloud. I don't think you need me to read it to you. Just thought we'd end with that. Gracias por escuchar. Nos vemos.
Ciao, ciao.